Bree Alexander says they weren't allowed inside the Southeast MCI clinic because she isn't vaccinated against COVID. So is Nikki Edwards. Without being double vaccinated, she says she was denied an in-person appointment with her doctor at Canadian Surgery Solutions following back surgery. The College of Physicians and Surgeons of Alberta doesn't have a specific number of complaints, but says it's heard of many reports of unvaccinated patients being denied care.
Like, is it going to be the hospitals next going to kick us out because we're not vaccinated?
Some hospitals in Canada and the United States are demanding people get the COVID vaccine in order to get a life-saving transplant.
There are often long waits for organ transplant, a scarce resource, with some 4,300 Canadians on the list for the gift of life. Now, Canada's largest transplant centre, the University Health Network, has become the first to restrict these precious organs only to those who have been vaccinated against COVID-19.
Certainly, many other programs are very seriously looking at this. You can't be actively drinking and be listed for a liver transplant. You can't actively be smoking and be listed for a lung transplant. And this is the same kind of thing, really.
Even those who are already on the transplant waiting list may not have a choice, with those not vaccinated facing the possibility they may lose their spot.
This was actually more than just a possibility. It turns out that before any of this was public, 56-year-old Anette Lewis, already on the list for a lung transplant, was told by her doctor to either take the shot or be removed from the wait list. Have a listen for yourself.
The policy is that all pre-transplant patients are to get their COVID shot. I am very comfortable, not suggesting, but saying you have to do this or else we'll have to put you on hold.
What do you mean? If I don't take the vaccine, then I go off the donor list? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty scary.
Yep.
And the same thing is also happening in the United States.
A woman needing a kidney transplant says she has been removed from the recipient list at UC Health. The hospital says all transplant patients have to be vaccinated.
She's essentially packed her suitcase with my kidney and showing up at the hospital.
There was no COVID shot that was needed at that time.
They were shocked to receive this letter from UC Health saying they are non-compliant by not receiving the COVID-19 vaccine. Now it's get the vaccine or don't get the transplant.
Her life has now been held hostage because of this mandate. Can I sit here and allow them to murder my friend when I've got a perfectly good kidney and can save her life?
The women tell me they have not been able to find a hospital in Colorado that will perform the transplant while they're unvaccinated.
That leaves us with one final question. What if the person in need of the transplant is vaccinated but the healthy donor is not? Well, words simply cannot explain what you are about to see next.
Mike's doctors at the Cleveland Clinic told the Gannams there was no time to waste. He needed a kidney transplant. It took months to get on the donor list. Then came more testing over the summer and a surgery finally scheduled for October 13th. But Friday, 5 days before the operation,
I just cannot wrap my head around it.
The clinic called the Gannams, telling them that it was being put on hold because Sue isn't vaccinated for COVID-19, even though Mike is.
And that's not fair. I'm just so afraid. I'm so afraid all over again. I mean, we were crying and crying so many tears of joy and gratefulness over this happening, and now it's the opposite. I'm just so afraid.
If you found this valuable, be sure to subscribe and click the bell icon for more videos on The Second Perspective.